What's up, everybody? Just doing a quick review on the Big Dripper. I've gone through everything from a 0.3, 0.2, 0.1 and a 0.1 flat wire build. So far my favorite build on the Big Dripper has also been the flat wire versus having just your regular round wire or dual parallel round wire. Build deck on the Big Dripper has been super easy to build on. Very deep juice well, similar to, I would say, the tugboat. Airflow has been great on the Big Dripper. Got the Allen screws versus your Phillips head, which makes it super easy to tighten down without having to worry about stripping them out. Only thing I'd probably change on it would be going through with the airflow. Got one airflow hole lined up with the post versus having both lined up with coils. Just kind of limits your build space versus having a lot of airflow options, even to run a quad coil setup, say with 28 gauge. One good thing about the Big Dripper, you do have the option just to push down whenever you need juice versus actually having to go through and drip through the top. Big Dripper also does have right at about a 3 mil tank on the top of it. Makes it super easy if you're going down the road or if you're on a trip. Don't have to worry about dripping. Also don't have to go through and refill the tank every 30 minutes. Spring on the Big Dripper, very tight spring. Won't allow you to just, if it's in your pocket, to top it and go and just push in on you and end up flooding out your coils. I've been super satisfied with the Big Dripper versus something, say like the Kraken or the K-Fun. So much easier to build. Just a lot more options than your K-Fun has. Just something that I could definitely use every day. Big Dripper, I mean, even firing, it does have a lot more vapor versus, say, your K-Fun, your Kraken, Typhon. Just something that is very enjoyable, even if you're new to your rebuildable tank atomizers. It's something that you don't have to really sit around and fumble with like a K-Fun and have to end up getting your build deck just right in order to vape it. Big Dripper, I mean, the wicking process is easy. Going through building your coils has been super easy. Got everything from your very deep juice well on it. That way you don't have to sit there and push the top down on it, say every 4 or 5 hits. I mean, you can get a good 7 or 8 hits off of it before you actually have to go through and drip on it. The O-rings on it are very tight O-rings on the bottom. It does, when it seals in, you can hear it pop. It does have great ability to hold on its own, even if say you do lift it up by the top, you're gonna lift up the mod and the addy itself. Big Dripper, the airflow on it, off the top of it, even if you're using just your standard drip tip versus your wide bore drip tip, you still do get great airflow with it. Nice big chimney coming off the coils, so that way it's not a real tight pull on it. Even with a wide bore, it does make it a little bit cooler vape versus, say, your standard drip tip. And going into the flavor on the Big Dripper, you do have very crisp, good flavor off these coils. It's just like you're hitting a regular dripper versus hitting, say, a K-Fun or Typhon or cracking, where you may get good flavor sometimes, may end up getting a dry hit at other times. Big dripper is just like a RDA or rebuildable dripper. Your build deck is the very same as the RDA, and just the flavor on it has been very, very good. You can see the hole where the juice comes out when you push the top down, right at the tip of that screwdriver. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's right there. It looks like a small hole, but it does push the juice out just like it is designed to do. Has very, very good airflow on it. The tank does not leak. Even say if you're in a hot environment, you don't have to worry about the tank on the top leaking out into the coils and flooding out your coils. Just a very enjoyable setup, something that you could use every day with no problem. Has been very enjoyable. I've had it for about a week, just giving it a test versus just using it for a day or two. Went ahead, threw a few different builds on it: dual parallel, regular dual coil, flat wire. Flat wire has probably been the most enjoyable build I've had on it. Very good flavor, good vapor. Just a very, very enjoyable RDTA, or rebuildable tank atomizer. Something that definitely is worth checking out if you haven't gone through and checked one out before. If you're new into rebuildable tank atomizers, something super easy to use, something that's very, very simple. Your building process on it is just something that you don't dread every time you go and have to rebuild on it. It's something that you can throw multiple different builds on. Also, getting into, say, your post hole size, I'll go ahead and just strip this build off real quick. Like I said, these Allen screws make it super easy to go through, build on. Don't have to worry about stripping out those Phillips head screws like you do on most RDAs. Very solid construction on it. Once you get into your post hole size, your post holes, they are big enough to accept everything down to dual parallel 26 going into your dual coil 24. Just something that's very, very universal. Accepts a lot of different builds with no problems. Post holes are something that you're not going to have to receive this, end up drilling it out. And then it's just very, very simple, very, very good design on it. One good thing about it is these Phillips head screws on the bottom actually hold your negative posts in, and then you do have a copper center post going up into your actual center post to throw the power to your coils. Just helps transfer that energy a lot easier. I'll take one of these out just to show you the design on your negative post. Something that I found worth the trouble in the designing process. The designers on this Addy did a very good job designing it. Very solid construction. Which you can see going through your build deck, you can completely take out the positive or negative posts, which I find that a lot better than, say, most of your RDAs where you have your negative post just welded to the bottom of the deck. These actually have your Phillips head screws on the bottom, and your negative post actually just threads right on to your Phillips head, versus having, again, your welded post to the bottom. Very good design. Props to the designers of this Addy. Big Dripper has been one of the most enjoyable rebuildable tanks that I've used. Just very simple, very easy to build on. And say if you did end up going through and stripping out one of your negatives, it'd be very easy just to contact the makers, get you a new negative post, and just pop it right in through the bottom. Just something that I find very useful. Again, props to the guys who went out and designed this Addy. Very solid construction. Something that I would purchase. Be a very good investment. Your Big Dripper is definitely a great starter into rebuildable tank atomizers, even if you're already well established into rebuildable tanks. Definitely be a good investment versus, say, a K-Fun or a Kraken. Something that I would definitely go back through and invest in. Just figured I'd do a quick review on it after a little while of use. And again, going back into the coils I used everything from a 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, flat wire, regular dual coil round wire, and your dual parallel with round wire. Just something that I'd probably throw in there. I do like sticking right around about the 0.2 range on it. Going too low on it, you do go through a lot of juice. If you stick it right around about 0.2, you will get great vapor, great flavor without it being too hot. Right enough, like I said, the flat wire was probably my favorite build on it. Going in with flat wire, you do get more surface area than your normal round wire. I got great flavor with the flat wire versus round wire. Had the build right there, sitting right around about almost a 0.3 with the flat. Got great flavor, great vapor. Just trying to throw in a few build ideas on it, and I'd definitely go back through and purchase this Addy again. It was very enjoyable from the day I got it until up until the review. It's something that I will end up using every day, especially in the car commuting. Much rather have a rebuildable tank than a dripper setup. But figured I'd do a quick review on it just to give everybody a heads up, maybe what to expect with it. But if you haven't checked it out, definitely go and check out the Big Dripper. Very good investment for your rebuildable tanks, and you will get quite a bit of enjoyment off of it. And again, props goes out to the designers. Just something that's very well designed. Not very many flaws, even with the spring in the top. Very stiff spring. You really do have to mean to push it, versus having it sitting somewhere and end up having it just push down and flood out your coils. But everybody have a good day, and appreciate y'all watching.